Okay. It's been a bit. I post like on other socials, so it's fine. I'm trying to figure out Dreamhouse thing. So to give a bit of a like, oh, this is what I'm thinking, right? Oh, wait, is that gonna? Hold on, let me. Yeah, that should be fine. I don't know, it would be a good opportunity to see what that. Okay, whatever. So the way I operate is I need a big circle to walk in. As in, given a space, circle, oval, I need to go in a general circle thing. If I'm restricted to this, I'll just go like this. But I prefer the biggest possible, right? And I like general shapes. Ah, stupid. What a stupid thing to say. I'm gonna take the gum out of my mouth. I will put you here because I have a bunch of gum wrappers. Where'd the other pieces of gum go that are not in these wrappers? I don't know. So at the very center of the structure is gonna be a big room that is just circular where I just walk. Where I can walk, well, so to speak. So this is what I want, right? This is gonna be a bit botched. So entryway, entryway, all around, all around, all around. Now, inset into here, boop, boop, boop. This is a lie. Oh, goodness. Yeah, let's just have it be up. Library. Oh, shite. Can't have it like that because it will be a pyramid shape on top, which would cover up that. And I mean, I can't have a tower in the middle. Or I can, but I don't want a tower in the middle. I just want that open space that's at ground level. And so all of this needs to be open. Because all of this space, this is what I want, right? Now, how am I going to do this, right? I guess I'll do my whole thing of sectioning off thingies. So I will say, let's go over here, go to black, and put and put main circle section and go into the I before E except after C. Yep. Okay. Watch, I actually just misspelled that still. I just said all that and I still misspelled it. Ceiling, that's an I right here, but it's whatever. I can't. There we go. The ceiling is made out of stained glass and movable parts. So, and I have like a weird like memory of Doctor Strange or something. stained glass and movable parts. Also, like disco vibe, not disco. I say disco vibes. I don't actually mean disco vibes, but I mean like I'll say crystalline bits that does stuff with how the light disperses. So with crystalline, probably misspelled, bits that alter how the light is dispersed. And then like this, I'll say disco, but no. Oh, hold on. That I think that was to save things. So let me change. Let me check. Go here. Yep, this is me. Go backwards a bit. First, like this, I'll say. Was that not the save? Am I tripping? Okay, yeah, I guess, whatever. And I do, I don't know, like, I want a certain thing, right? And to put into more detail, so in the ceiling, there's gonna be actual gears. So you have like the top layer. I'll use this. The top layer of just strong glass. You have air over here. No, I'll say outside. Outside. And then you have probably 3 layers. Okay, it now, yeah, okay, actually, the save thing doesn't, okay, it's fine, fine. So, outside, super strong glass, and you have, let's do red, blue, and green, RGB. Yeah, RGB. Those ones are the classic ones, so you have, over here, a bit darker. G. Yeah, let's do it like a lighter. There. Yep, like there. B. Let me clean it up a bit. Wing. Wing. Bing. Bing bong bong. Bing 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 bong. Bing bong bong. Okay. So these right here each rotate. So all of this is for the giant circle. And this is the dream house because literally the plan was like, oh, I'll win the $1.5 billion lottery and do whatever, but I'll have enough money to spend literal millions. Like, I'd be able to sink a good 300 or something million in my dream house. And like no shortcuts, no anything. So I'd like this would be have to be part of it because like this part alone, having this part alone. I mean, I guess if I did it myself, right, or had some really good buddies or whatever, it wouldn't. It cost like a few $100,000 for the materials alone, and I guess the same for putting it all together or whatever. But if you're just contrasting or want some fancy stuff, like millions of dollars for like a. This is like a. I don't even know the distance, right? How big is this room? Because the size of this room changes how everything else is gonna get done. Let me get my measuring tape so I can like get a feel for how big I want the room to be, so I can know like, because I need like a big enough circle walking space. So let me check that. I got it. I got it. So, if actually, let me lay out it in my room so I can actually. It right here. Yeah, yeah, okay, okay, yeah, that should be fine. I'm gonna use light gray. Size of here to the size of here is 20 feet. Oh, I do not know any of my math. Let's find area of a circle. I do not know that off the top of my head. I'm stupid. I am stupid. Do 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 tell me in feet. That is not the. This is what I want. There we go. It's pi. The area is that does not compute. N times r squared. Oh, pi times r squared. No, but that's if it's r squared. Oh wait, why is that in inches? Put that in feet so I can. Ah, okay. Okay, that's actually pretty simple. It kept saying it in inches. I was like, 20 inches squared is 304. That's just, I know what pi is. There's no way that's pi. Oh, wait, no. It's literally 10 feet squared, 100 times pi. So 3.141. I mean, this rounds up, so it's 314.16, but yeah. Go back here. 20 feet squared. Yeah, that's enough space. I don't want it to be too big. Oh, but how is that gonna... That's the big thing, right? That is one of the big things. I can't just have a singular thing, a huge piece of glass, uniform, like even if it had like intricate patterns or whatever else, blah 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 blah, do 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 do, blah blah do do do. covering the whole thing, and then have this slowly rotate like motors and stuff, like actual motors or whatever, that turn it whatever which way, multiple motors for multiple layers for each and every single one of these. I can't just have that. That would be too unrealistic and breakable. I would just be walking around one day when a shit ton of glass falls over the whole thing. Like, I can't do that. And the other way, of course, the other way, the other way is to have it be concentric pieces. Now, it's still going to be like pattern or whatever for each individual piece. But my main thing is that I want to look up and the whole ceiling is just flesh glass. I don't want it to have little just steel or whatever segments in between. So like these would rotate, like this would rotate this way, would rotate against it, whatever. Or just have it be alternating, so like the bottom row is up, down, up, down, up, down, and then have the top row, which actually, if it's gonna be like that, I low-key only need 2 layers. Only need 2 layers. 2 layers just going against each other. But, and that's another thing, right? If I have it like this, that means I need a motor here for this segment. Either here or here for this segment and this segment. So, 20 square feet. Let me see how strong super clear glass. Can't see what I'm searching up, but Starfire ultra clear glass, except no substitutes. Exteriors. Decorative and acid etched. Entrances and storefronts. Bird safe, safety and security. Skylights. Facade, and it doesn't. Documentation and download. That would be the thing I want to find out. Documentation and downloads. Sample kit. Starfire glass samples, design, edge, glass edge color guide. How to read color in glass. Okay, so I'll check out the glass catalog first because that has all the different kinds of stuff. Next, I will let me. Yeah, everything should be fine. I'll change the window. Change it to this. And actually, I'll just do a thing. How do I rename this? Can I rename this? I'll just have a new one. Window capture, I'll do other. Okay, select a window, this. Yep. And make it so that everything actually fits. Why doesn't everything actually fit? Why doesn't everything actually fit? That is an actual question. Good enough. Okay. Can I just boop? Yep. Insulating glass. That would be something I want for the thing. Oh, I didn't even fucking realize that a big issue I will have is that that will just be creating a greenhouse. Shite. I don't want a greenhouse. Insulating glass. Photo, like, dim or whatever when there's a lot of sunlight. Yeah, actually, everything looks like something I would want to look at. Okay. Do, do, microphone pillar. Do, 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 do. It doesn't. Hold on. I'm just. Do way to make glass that isn't a greenhouse effect. Low emiss. I mean, that's the AI overview for Google. How do I more options, feedback, how search works, learn more search tips? It doesn't. Whatever. Um, low E glass. Is that a thing? Can I just control F it? E miss. That is exactly the thing I want. So it's just this is low emissivity. Okay, with do. Okay, so the solar ban is the one. Low E. Man, I should actually like read more instead of just that page. Wasn't that like one of the first things I looked at? Page 7. Those are temperature. God, my God, this is so fucking small. I can barely see. How do I zoom in? There we go. Doesn't really say how it works though. Look at the glass. Ah, there we go. That's just talking about the building. Yeah. Okay. So I don't really know what this does because it doesn't really tell me. Like I say that with a bunch of numbers on the screen, but I don't know what any of this shit means. Okay, let's go to what was the thing I want to look at? And I thought this would be it, but it's not it. Individual, how to read, class, okay. There is like something in the resources. Technical, there we go. Okay. how much light gets through. So this is stuff we don't care about. This is stuff we do care about. Solar band R200. The light that goes through, 44%. How much light is reflected? 33%. 77. Where is the other 23% going? Or I guess there's also this. 2. Winter, nighttime, solar heat gain coefficient, light to solar gain. So this number being smaller is a good thing because I don't want heat. This is how much light I get compared to heat, which should be bigger compared to whatever. Availability, additional resources. I still don't know though. Like, I don't want actual temperatures and stuff because I don't want to have like a giant AC that's constantly running, and I also don't want to like have the whole thing in shade. I mean, I would, like, I want, I don't want leaves and stuff on it. So that would be optimal to have it like that, right? Okay, well, then I'd have to worry about water. Ooh, let me see how lenses work. Wait, let me change this to this, that. Okay. How do lenses work? Image. I don't know what's on my Brave browser. This. So there'd just be, I'll turn it back on, but. So I was thinking, because I don't want to have to deal with water. And a good way to not deal with water is if the outside strong glass, where is the, is if the outside strong glass was like this. So any water that falls on it just goes away. But that would like super concentrate. Also, I figured out the thing that I want. So I don't want any debris or whatever. Basically, this is gonna have to be not. So this is not gonna be outside anymore. It's not gonna be outside. Instead, because I also want to do other stuff with that. But then what do I even have there, right? If there's gonna be another layer on top of this, what do I have in that layer? So let me do there we go. Boop. Move this over here so I can play with this more. One that moves like that. One that moves like that. I mean, I can actually have these layers be super thin. Because they don't need to be thick. They could be super thin and lined up against each other. Because I don't need it otherwise. I can have 4 layers. Okay, hold on, let me deselect, go back to 5. Okay. Or actually, can I just do it like this? Bam, 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 bam. Another color, let's just do purple, whatever. Bam. Black. Bam. Bam. Okay. And let me actually... Or actually, can't I just... I keep forgetting that there's actual easier ways to do this. Why don't I just do it the easy way? Because it's not in my thought process. Why would I do it the easy way when I actively don't, like, have that in my mind? How do I... What's the... Isn't it control? Yeah. Bam. 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 Look at me, I'm doing it the easy and faster way. Okay. So... I mean, there does need to be a central... Also, before I forget... Bam. There we go. So there does need... I'll use yellow, actually. Turn control off. Why is control still on? Oh, it's because I have that on. Never mind, I don't have control on. And let's just use black. And let's go to a size of 2. Bam. 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 Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. It's... let me... I want this to be more cohesively together. There we go. It's good enough. Deselect. And yeah, okay. Everything should be in one big, beautiful box. Connected like that. With a control thing. Well, electricity for each. That goes to another box. Wing, 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 wing. Which is just a bunch of 1, 0. Oh my goodness, you cannot see that at all. 1, 0, 1, 0, 1, 0, 1, 0. Okay. So, since these are going to be really small and whatever, the thing that turns each of them is all going to be part of one big machine. Well, not like big, but like you get it. Instead of like a bunch of individual motor, I mean, it's still going to be individual motors for each thing, but they're all controlled by the same thing and all located in the same place. Because I was thinking about it and I was like, okay, let's say clockwise and N. So C is for clockwise, N is for not clockwise, aka counterclockwise, but using C and CC is doing like not enough distinction. So we got C, N, C, N. Now, there's going to be different rotating speeds, because if both of these are rotating at a speed of 1, then it's going to be like I only have 2 layers. Like, what's the point of having all of this if there's only going to be essentially, functionally, 2 layers? And so, the plan is to, I mean, it's just going to be just like 0, 2, 1, for all of these. That looks like an E. That doesn't really look like an E. There we go. So all of these, and I'll have, that's whatever. So potential rotation speeds. I could just input it in here. Now the plan, I'll just use a super light color. The plan is light comes through, right? Light comes through. Actually, let's just have it all go straight down. So I'll have a light thing. Or actually, I should do it like... I don't want to do all a bunch of different arrows. That sounds like an extra effort. Then light. And then on the other side, it just goes wee, whoosh, wee, wah. Wee, wah, wee, woo, wee, wah, woo. Wah, wee, wah, wee, wah, 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 wee, wah, wah. And the blue one. Wah, wee, wah, 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 wee, wah, 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 wah. Ee, woo, boom. So like disco in the sense that like light is scattered, some parts are more concentrated than other parts, whatever. Like the plan, right, is to get the ground, which I'll just have, I guess, brown. Ground. The idea for this room is just to have this giant circular thing that's constantly cascading lights or whatever, and it just paints the ground and everything else in the room. Which I'll just do, bam, wall, bam, wall. Cascade everything in the room with a constantly shimmering and changing thing of different patterns and colors. Like, instead of just having this like regular stained glass where it goes straight through, which actually I should use this and go bing bing bong, bing 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 bong, bing boom bing. Then yeah, it goes through, different parts reflected different ways and different colors are changing, all for it to coalesce into a complete rant, like a kaleidoscope. Oh yes, like a kaleidoscope. Like a kaleidoscope. Probably horribly misspelled. Like a kaleidoscope. That is the plan for this. Which I still have to remove all these extra bits. Now I want it just to be like a completely flush thing. Or if I am on... Actually, I'm going to remove all this extra stuff first. So let me combine the layer, go here, and just get rid of all this stuff. Can I make it bigger? I can't, whatever. Do 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 whoop doop 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 bam. Okay. Another layer, because I don't want to have to do that again. It'd be easier just to delete a layer. Okay. So when I am in the room, I'll just use this as an example. I want to see literally all of it. Like, I want to see the whole room. And if there is a pillar or whatever else in the way, that creates just a big old shadow spot where I can't see the full splendor of the room. And that introduces a number of problems. First and foremost, structure. A 20-foot piece of glass. 20-foot uniform piece of glass. That is fucking nigh impossible. And a bunch of connected pieces of glass that forms a 20-foot diameter circle. And expecting it all to be strong. Also nigh impossible. Expecting a bunch of motors in the wall. Like a tiny piece. Like the motors would just be like. Just like. Bam. That's the motor. For the whole 20-foot structure of fragile glass, of different pieces and compositions all cobbled together. Also nigh impossible. And that doesn't leave much room for really much of anything. And so, even with my dream house, I have to do concession. Okay, so this is the concession I will make. There will be a pillar in the middle of the room. Fine, sure, whatever. I need to... Yeah, I could just have it. But... Okay. I don't want a mirror thingy like that to be around the wall. I still just want one giant motor in one area to not have any issues of like, oh, this motor starts out first, and then a motor over here didn't start in time, and that causes stuff to scratch or mess up or break or whatever. But having one motor is best. Less moving parts to worry about. And also an idea I thought of is like having these scrape against each other, just rotating, like having them completely flush doesn't work. Having them just have a vacuum or air in between them so that this middle part's not supported also doesn't work. So instead, we're just gonna have, let's have it be this one. Make this size. What's the smallest one? Yeah, like that. Just a bunch of marbles. It will help it spin. It will do weird stuff with how the light refracts and whatever. And it will support the structure from the bottom so that the weight won't just be on the fragile glass, and instead all the marbles will make it so that the weight disperses onto here. I don't want to have to make it be an oil thingy, because if there is oil and there's a small pocket of air, I will 100% notice that. Just looking down and say, oh, there's the air pocket. Having it be any other liquid, not going to work for that reason as well. I'd have to like install this, make it airtight, fill it with liquid, and it's just a whole thingy. And the liquid would even support it by that much. But having marbles is more of a, that's how it's going to be supported. Although, if it's going to be, I mean, this is the thing, right? Okay. Nope, not that one. So, for the most part, I'm just showing the room, and let me actually mark this for motor, and mark, I forgot I could just do control, mark this for shadow, not shadow, not perceived. sure, why not? Because this is what's going to be is the compromise I'm making just to make things easier, make things more supported. So the glass thing, new layer, how big is it? I probably settled on about 500 pixels. Yep. Let me make sure. Yeah, good enough. Okay. And I need to do the center part. So let me, bam. It's 100. Move it to the center. Good enough. Control E to combine the layers. Okay. So the glass is gonna have support. Like, yeah, sure, the marble, but like a 20-foot piece of glass, of super unbreakable glass, obscenely expensive for one, and for two, I still kind of doubt that would fully support the weight. So there will be, like, each layer is going to be different. So like you'll see just like a bunch of these. Oh, I mean, if it's going to be like that, right? I can at least make it purdy. How do I make this purdy? And I also need to make everything cut in a way so that there isn't a place like right here that's super super far from another point. So this one also goes through here. This one goes through here. This one goes through here. And this one goes through here. Okay. I will name this support structure. So all of these would probably just be like steel or something with the insides being stained glass or quartz or whatever. Like, I'm not gonna have like sapphire or whatever in the roof. Like, I want everything to be flesh and nice and pretty, but I also want things to bend and reflect in certain ways, which make it like look better. So bam, support structure, that's what it's gonna look like. All of this needs to go in like a glass ceiling area. So let me Control E, get my mover out. Bam. Make it smaller, because it doesn't need to be this big. Oh, nope, don't bend, don't twist. Bam, like that. Move you over here. Do the same thing to you. Bam. Shrink you a bit. Move you over here. Bam. Now there is that section. Now I actually have to figure out the layout of the building. Oh, wait, there's actually... Oh, is that part of the background? Oh, I wrote on the background. Okay, I don't usually do that. Unselect, do this. Okay. So, when I first was doing this, what I originally wanted, which I'm kind of leaning back on, was to have an actual, like, tower above ground for each corner. So that, like, I could walk in the room, and then go, and then bam, and climb up a tower and see up above. But I'm still kind of leaning towards that. But I'm trying to think of a way for it to be done. Doodly doo, sprinting down the hallway, doodly doo, opening the door, Doodly doo. I got a key card. It's the wrong one. Oh boy. And that's because I was really hung up on the idea of the towers being like pyramid style of just bam, 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 bam. Tower being there. Do, do, do. Then just tower. Like, and it's not really a tower, it's a pyramid, but like, bam. But a big issue of that would be that would make the towers go like cut into and be on top of stuff and a bunch of weight and call me scared or whatever, but I do not want to like I want to kind of live underground, but I don't like the idea of a bunch of shit being over my head. So no to the weight. Oh, I might have controlled Z too much. It looks fine. Okay. "20 feet by 20 feet. Actually, let me fully bam so that I can better grasp what I am dealing with. Walk in, bam. This is more gonna be like, do I want yeah, 10 feet by 10 feet. Oh, goodness, I'm bad at this. Shites, knew this. Hold on, actually, what size is this? 500, basically, so 250. Yeah, okay. I have still a bunch of space to walk around in, and it's big enough, so yeah. This will be a tower. Have this space over here. Oh, I really should have, like, completely aligned it so that, like, oh, this many pixels is, what, it's 500, but 20 foot long. 20 feet long. Scheisse. Oh, I could make it 25 feet. If it's 25 feet, I can make it so that, what, that's 10, 250, 20 pixels per foot. I'm like really tired. I'm like drinking coffee. It's past midnight. Let me double check. Let me double check my parameters. Let me double check my work. Also, I'm doing all this in my head. I used to be so good at fucking doing math in my head, bro. I wasn't a straight A student. I was like a straight B, sometimes A student. But that was mostly because the teachers were like, "Oh, you have to do your homework. Oh, you have to show your work," and it's like, but I literally do it all in my head. Like literally, when I like write down what I'm thinking, I get confused because I go back to numbers I already been used and done with, and it was a whole thing. Anyway, but that was way that's my prime of math is gone. Anyway, so 500, right? If I make it 25 feet, that should mean it's 20 pixels per foot, which would make this, which is 250 pixels. Is that 250? It's like, yeah, 500 pixels long. I mean, it's give or take because I didn't make it exactly 250. This is under 250 by a tiny bit. Yeah, that should work. There shouldn't. I mean, this is just. I can actually make like a 3D physical structure later. As in, like, draw 3D or whatever. Sculpt 3D, whatever the fuck it's called. What do I store? Because I don't want anything here. What should the out? Oh yeah, I'm gonna do like an outline of the outside structure so that I know what I'm doing. It's gonna look like bam, 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 bam. I don't want a bunch of heat, right? Yeah, I mean that could like open up like a shutter, like a. But where will it be stored? Or it can just be a square and then just have it do like a garage kind of mechanic. But then there is an issue of like if rain falls on it, the rain will get trapped inside between the outside storage and the inside storage. Or this. Okay, yeah, okay. So this tower. I mean, squares are kind of weak though. You can. But squares are the best thing for furniture and all. Oh, fine. This will be a square. Square, and it'll have a garage mechanic. Bam, 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 bam. I'll have it. I'll. This is just a draft. I'll actually do this stuff later. So like that. And then you go here. Bam. 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 Oh my gosh. My dream house is actually a fucking castle. Okay. That's fine. Bam. So I realized this while in the middle of drawing. So okay, towers, uh-huh. A central part, uh-huh. Oh, and this, uh-huh. This part will be. Well, I don't want to be open, right? But I don't want something that. I mean, I can't walk on that. I mean, I guess I can. But the issue is if I scuff something or a part of it gets scratched, that part of the floor is no longer good. Cuts glass and all that. So like these ones, window, 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 bam. With a viewing, these are actual like viewing things. You can see out. Viewing, ceiling, I before E except after C. Clear, because I don't want any whatever stuff. And for this one, like way back when we were talking about this stuff, I already thought about what to do with the whole greenhouse thingy, which was basically have like the equivalent of a filament, where it's just like bam, with a bunch of small holes in it, let some light through, and that would add more to the disco kind of effect. And I was like, oh, how do I implement that? Because if it's like a tarp or something, I still have to worry about things getting in there. And there does have to be like a. Oh wait, yeah, side B, right? So it'd be about here. So actually a bit lighter. This would be the thing. And blue. That would be that room. So this room is that. These aren't to scale or anything. The glass stuff doesn't take up this much space. This is just a not to scale thing. Now, the filament thingy, which I will illustrate with this. Bam. Because, like, the in between the holes, it's gonna be, like, glass or whatever. This is to create, like, a light experience, so to speak. Bam, 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 bam. And I can walk on the outside of this one. So this I can be on. But what about this? There is a big space here. I can be on this, which means I need a way to get there, which the original plan was to have like a corridor thing here with viewing ports outside. Which would have this be lower. I mean, I wanted this to be under. That's the thing. That's way too much shit on top of me, bro. Sure, living in a castle is nice and all, because you're basically making Earth be around you instead of being around Earth, but too much. Like, I don't know. I want like a building that like you can launch a tank at it, and the building would be completely fine. I super heavily doubt like the structures of bro. As a kid, being in a gymnasium low key was anxiety inducing because it's like there's no way that ceiling should be supported. That like the walls are too high and the space for the ceiling is way too big. Like how is that building? How is the ceiling like collapsing in on itself? It doesn't make any sense. Like it was a whole thing. I seriously doubt like the strength of the structures that humans build all the time. Like it's just okay. And the whole point of having it here is so that there still is enough light because if this was all the way down here, the light would just go just singular things of light, creating a mostly dark room. Compared to having the light go here, where it'll have a chance to spread out a bit, but still have singular parts go through. So while you're in the room below, it'd still be lit enough to like, oh, but not like, oh, I'm heating up a bunch. And I do want natural sunlight to a good extent. Hold on, let me... Is there a way to make light from the sun, not hot? How the fuck am I supposed to Google this? Okay. I want light from the sun, but I don't want heat. How can we get only sunlight? Yeah, Reddit, ask science. Sunlight primarily consists of two components, visible light and infrared. There's also UV, but it's whatever. Both of these contribute to the heating. So to prevent heating, you need to block all the radiation from entering the building. But if you do want to get the visible light, you're also getting the heat that comes with it. You can block the infrared component using special glass that's transparent to visible with filters of infrared. Since most of the energy in sunlight is visible light, blocking only infrared would still cause considerable heating. Can all light but infrared be blocked out of curiosity? Yeah, I don't care about that. You can't really. The ideal case would be a material that is transparent in the visible and reflective in the IR. A more realistic case would be a transparent in the visible and absorbing the IR, but in which case some of the ire will still heat the building, but some will be dumped outside of the building. However, this isn't quite the genius idea you might think, because this would stop IR from within the building, from escaping. In other words, you made a greenhouse, the thing I don't want. High energy photons pass through the glass. They strike objects within your house, which absorb them. They are re-emitted as photons of different energy levels. Some of these energy levels do not pass through the glass as easily. So your house takes energy, keeps some, therefore it keeps. Remember, the only door light passes out there and out another with no objects in the room. In a complete vacuum, anything light touches will absorb energy and heat it up, even if it's just a little. So if light passes through the room, light can hit the vacuum without produce any light in the room. Would it? That's a useless response. Basically, oh, I'm fine. I don't again. That response is so stupid. Okay. How to let in light but not heat. Honeycomb shades. What are honeycomb shades? Oh, that's lame. Never mind. Oh. I don't know. That's a problem. I mean, like, a house on its own receives heat from windows and all that, but it's not an absurd amount of heat. And so it should be fine as is. And like during nighttime, I also want to be able to use the room like how it is. And so this is what I'll do. That research kind of took a lot out of me. So that should technically be like that. Hold on. Oh, shites. Okay. This is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go from the ground up. So this is, it's way too wavy. This is the ground. Now I'm gonna just slice and dice because I don't want to use too many thingies. So this, bam, inset into the ground. Now there's a bunch of other stuff like the ground is gonna be on a hill technically, but that's later. But for the immediate area, this is what it looks like. That's inset into the ground, with that being the ceiling. That is just the ceiling. So this goes like this. I'm gonna find something like a tiny, like a foot-ish of ground above me. That is like the most I'm comfortable with. So you have this inset into the ground. Now, a bit outside of the ground, you have many towers. Now the towers are going to be half hollow. Like there's going to be like a bunch of support beams on them. And it's going to be covered in like dirt and stuff so that it can have plants and stuff on it. Oh, but then what about this side? Because this side, yeah, okay, since there's not going to be any dirt and stuff on this side, I'll just remove it. Or actually, well, no, what did I, yeah. Bam, 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 bam. Okay. So you got a big old tower. bam. Boom, boom, bam. Flat top, because inside you just like, oh, at nighttime just unfurl the thingy. It's just glass. You can look up at the sky. It's awesome. Okay. I don't want to do a bunch of extra work, so what I'm gonna do is yep, that works fine for me. Control E. Said Control E. There we go. So, I have this. And I will also do the floor. Oh, goodness, it's still on erase. Control Z. The floor, which goes out to the towers. So, like, you can walk from here, go upstairs to the tower. Walk here, go upstairs to the tower. Now, gonna be a tiny bit here and a tiny bit here. Now, this room is the one that has this. And like inside, there's also going to be the options. Like down here, you'll be like, oh, let me turn on the lights. And then it'll turn on lights inside the room up here. And there's also going to be, I guess, mirrors in here. Just to get the most bang for your buck. Okay. You have all that. Now you also want to be able to get up here. So it's going to go like this, isn't it? In it? Is it going to go like that? Yeah, okay, it's gonna go like that. These are gonna actually be rooms. And also, like, it also leaves extra space for, like, so basically all of here, like, one section or whatever. I don't know. Like, I still want one section to be for the motor thingy, but I still don't know, like, the very exact details. Have it, I mean, it has to be near the ceiling, so it has to be near here. And like the walls and stuff over here are just gonna be, you won't be able to see inside of here. So yeah, utility stuff, whatever else up here. Now up here, you can actually just walk on it. But is there anything else? This is mostly set into the ground. If it rains, you'd have to deal with draining. So you should... How do I... Let me... I don't want it set into the ground that much if rain is going to be an issue. So let's raise it. Raise it a bit. So now you have it like that. There is deselect. There is a door here, door here. come in, go to this room, go to this room, go down here, go to the special room. There technically should be an access door in here, so you can also do that. But what should be up here? Because I'm still like halfway attached to like it being elevated. Hold on. Actually, I should picture it 3D in my mind real quick. So I'm just trying to think like how does it look like 2D? But let me do it 3D. So you got. Oh. Mhm. Oh man, my brain is not going. Got that. Are there blocks or something? Hold on, let me. Like my VR thing's been dead for a bit. Let me. I don't want to do Blender or something because that's too complicated. And there aren't really shapes or. Oh wait, isn't there Minecraft or Vintage Story? Yeah. Okay. So a modest change of plans. Let me save this. I'll just save it as house. And I will go to Vintage Story. Change the window capture. Oh, it's lag. Oh, I have to change it to game capture, don't I? On window, Vintage Story. Turn on the desktop audio that I can't hear. Oh, I forgot. Yes, upload it, download it to 1.21.1. Also, why is it not on Vintage Story? This window did exist before OBS updated. So let me, bam, game capture, yes. Capture specific window, capture, not Vintage Story update. Oh my gosh, it's still fucking updating. I'll just wait for it to finish updating. Yeah, I will try to build it in Vintage Story. I won't build it to scale or anything, because it's doing too much. Okay, now your work. Do you work now? No. There is an awful lot of not working on your end. And that concerns me, because why aren't you working Vintage Story? Why aren't you showing up on OBS? Capture... Well, this is pretty full screen. Settings, graphics. Doesn't seem to be anything doing with the graphics, because I don't know what that is. Let me delete that. Yes, delete this. Sure, yeah. Or actually, would this work? Window. Oh, you don't work like that. Okay. Wait. If I turn you on. Oh, no, yeah. And then. Oh, you just don't work. Why is none of this stuff working? Rita. Why is all this shit breaking? Uh. Oh, OBS. Oh, OBS. What the fuck are you doing? Window capture. Yes. Select a window. Capture method. Windows. Select a window. Match title. Windows must be. You're literally not letting me select Vintage Story at all. Single player. Does it have to be the game capture? Really? Window. Vintage Story. Match title. Same type. Low transparency. Blah 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 blah. I don't care about all that. Bam. Do you work now? Oh my goodness, why are you not? Scale to window. Canvas. Okay. Does Krita work for you? Yeah, Krita works for you. So I don't see what the problem is with Vintage Story. And you still show Krita. Wait, hold on. Let me. Bam. You still show Krita despite it being on Vintage Story. Fine. Capture. Or actually, I'll just capture display. Yeah. Windows 10. Canvas Pro. Yep. Oh, what the okay. You still don't show Vintage Story. What? That is rigged. And I just showed my full everything on my desktop, trying to get Vintage Story to run. You still don't show Vintage Story. Hold on, what the fuck's happening? Setting. And the mouse is gone. Why is the mouse gone? Graphics. Resolution. Border. Yeah. Why? Okay, I'll just use this because I don't know why the fuck. Fix. Does that fix it? Resolution, shadows, God rays, blah blah blah, quality, accessibility, toggle sprint, view bobbing, blah 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 blah, interface, GUI scale, auto hide, blah 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 blah. But none of that is showing. Oh, I forgot that screen isn't touchscreen. Oh, I'm lagging. Hmm. Oh. Okay. Let's troubleshoot this. Properties. Capture specific window. Yes. Vintage Story. Nahimic? Is it Nahimic? No. Okay, just make sure. Vintage Story. Property. Match title. Window titles must match. Doesn't fix it. Same executable. Capture. Crossfire mode. Pre-multiplied alpha capture cursor. Use anti-cheat compatibility hook. Capture third-party overlays. That does not change a thing. Why is Vintage Story impossible to capture, bruh? Let me delete the audio input. I'm gonna go mute because I'm gonna delete a bunch of audio inputs and then try to redo it. This one, there we go. Okay, so I don't know what's up with Vintage Story. I'm going to graphics. Let me go to medium. Hopefully just getting rid of all the custom stuff I did will just fix it somehow. No. Is there a filter on? No, there are no filters on. Then why? Okay. Fine. Be that way. Be that way. I'll just do both. I will have this. Have it be that. Oh, it's not even showing Krita anymore. Display capture, automatic, yeah. Oh wait, no, not display capture. Wrong one. I need application, window capture, whatever. Select window. Only Krita, cause sure. I think it's probably because I have like. Oh wait, why are you being a broken? Oh my goodness, why is OBS doing all of this? Get rid of the game capture. Does not fix that. Window capture. Properties. Capture method. Bit. Doesn't change. Oh my, it's not even doing properties. Windows. Oh! Okay. Now you're working. It's awesome. So if I can't just change that. But I did kind of figure out how that was fixed. Capture, Vintage Story. Yes. So that's not doing anything. Properties. Mode, hook rate. No, it's not. Actually, I need to change these graphics to low. Very low. And I can't see the mouse cursor anymore. What's up with that? Where is... Okay, I will just use mouse. Oh wait, hold on. Alt F4. I might have figured out a solution, which is simply to switch the screens this is on. Don't load on this screen though. How do I get you to load on the other screen? Settings, can I just, bam, no. Graphics, you're not going on the other screen though. I will literally just switch the HDMIs. I will physically just switch the goddamn HDMIs. Where is this one? This one is here. Okay. That HDMI. And then, bam, this HDMI. And then, this is 100% gonna fix it, I bet. That HDMI. Then, this HDMI. Bam. Okay. Now that I have physically switched the HDMIs, it should work. Oh my god. It's not fucking working. Oh my, never mind. It just started working. What the? Bam. How do I change this window? Ooh. I have no idea why this window is, enable preview scale, blah 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 blah, scale filtering, blah blah blah, transform, do copy, remove, window capture, yes. I will just check the stream on my phone because I have no fucking idea what's happening. Oh my gosh, I've already been streaming for over an hour. How do I change this? I will just check the stream on my phone because I have no fucking idea what's happening. Yeah, okay. Whew. Okay. Now that I am here, let's do this. This took so fucking long, bro. Let me get a circle thing out. Pixel circle maker. Let's just do, I don't want to do it to scale, so I'm not going to do 25 or 20. Let's just do 10 by 10. Yeah, that works. Oh, that took too long. That was so much just like, oh, let me change this. Oh no, let me change this. Oh, let me change this. And I just resorted to just swapping the HDMIs because I had no idea what else to fucking do. But I did it. Now this better load, because if it doesn't load, what was the point of doing all that? So 4, a corner 3, 4. Easy enough to remember. Why is this taking forever? Probably because I have Krita and this and OBS. My task manager is probably having a seizure. Okay. Scheisse. I forgot I had a shit ton of mods. Boodly doo. Okay. 1, 2. Oh, I forgot how Vintage Story has a infinite thing and a go up, go forward, go down kind of thing. 1, 2, 3, 1, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. Oh goodness! Oh, I did it wrong. 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. Oh my goodness! 2. Goodness, 1, 1, 2. Why are you doing it like that, bro? Okay. So this is the main structure. Why is this? I mean, why the fuck is this like this, bro? What the fuck is up with everything? I don't think it's a mouse problem. I low-key need to consult the Krita to see exactly what the structure is. So we got that. This is the main structure. Let's make it go out a tiny bit more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh my gosh. Why? Is it just the fact that I just have so much shit running that's like, oh, he pressed it for actually a bunch of seconds. Because there's like every half thingy weird delay shit. Okay, then have this. Oh my god, that is so unbelievably annoying for you to keep doing that shit. Yep, that is good enough. Wait, don't I have a magic wand thingy? This one? Yeah, there we go. Do 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 boop do 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 do. I guess not yet. Okay. One, two, three. It's 1, 3. No, it's actually just 5, isn't it? Yeah, it's actually just 5. Oh, it's actually just 1. Yeah, I can at least use this weird fucking whack shit to my advantage. I don't know why it's doing this, but it's whatever. Okay. So we have this now, and I know these go up a bit. So what I can do, nope, this one is boop, boop, this one, bam, bam, or Control Z, Control Z. What? Why? Control Z. Why are you doing it like this, bruh? Mode, any block, only selected block. That is marginally better, but you're still fucking up like this, bruh. Constrain on. Hold on. Why? What the fuck? This worked like, I remember this working in like a whole different thingy. Because I used this before. Yeah, but it's not. Oh, picking range, movement speed, all this shit's useless. Depth 3. Raise, lower, flood, fill. Yeah, no, okay. Yeah, no. Road, grow, shrink. It was this one, but I don't know why it's not working now. Like it it tries to like grow everything, but I only want it to grow up. Are you shiting me? Are you shiting me? Why is it? Okay, let's try doing it like this, because I know this one's gonna work as the usual. Okay, bam. And I don't need to see the insides, so not the eraser. Was it this one? No, that does extra shit. Then it was this one. Shrink all shape, grow all shapes inside a given radius. Yeah, but it tries to do all this extra shit. I don't want all this extra shit. Constrain to the selection. Clearly not. It clearly does not. If I do that, it doesn't. Wonder if I do that. Yep, it still does that. Okay, fine then. Fine then, be a bitch. If you're gonna be a bitch, then just be like, hold on, let me just make sure. Where's the copy one? Flood, blah blah blah, airbrush, select, repeat. Up. Repeat, keep current selection. Up. Up. Up, 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 up. Nope. Move selection. Up, up. Bam, 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 bam. Repeat. Mirror. Move selection. Keep current selection. Grow. No, it doesn't really work either, didn't it? And let's just turn all this shit off, because all this shit isn't helping me. Ugh. Bam, 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 bam. Bam, 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 bam. Bam, 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 bam. Bam, 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 bam. I don't know why this shit's doing this. When just, like, the last time I tried it, it worked perfectly fine. It's some bullshit. Anywho, so the whole point of me doing this was to get a better view at what I wanted to do anyway. I better imagine it in my head, because my head was struggling. And I low-key want to go to sleep. But I can't, because I already committed to staying up. I am noticing that I completely misdid it in my head. So it's like this. Should I have that like that? I'd still have to deal with the water issue. I could just have it on a hill like that, where I could just dig pipes and stuff down there. Although I'd still have to deal with sometimes drain blockages or shit getting in there, but I could just deal with that like that, and I don't have to deal with it on that side. But I don't want... I kinda half want it like that. So if I have those like that, it'll have to be a secondary thing. Let me check Krita. Krita, go to this side. That will be like that. Nothing should be on top. On the off chance that that's still like that, so you have that like that. At that point, you could just have it be a pyramid shape. Then I don't know. Honestly, I give up at this point. Fine, save. I don't care. And close this too. I'm gonna just chill because I'm too tired to actually like think. My brain is bogged. I'm gonna end the stream. I kind of made progress. I need to actually think about like, because it already changed from like just a completely flat disc in the ground, like the whole building, to like, oh, castle.